Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Jadwiga, your fairy tale teller, but today with a little video about the power of thoughts. This is so important and so interesting that I have to share it with you. Probably you know maybe everything I'm going to tell you or just something. We'll see. You'll see. There is an ancient saying that says, watch your thoughts because they become your words. Watch your words because they become your actions. Watch your actions because they become your character. And watch your character because it will become your destiny. So this shows us right away the path from our thoughts to our destiny. And that's interesting because our thoughts manifest. Thoughts are really powerful energies, and it is not unimportant what we think. It's extremely important because thoughts are not just fleeting impulses. They shape our biology, our behavior, and even our healing. Thoughts are energy. This is measurable because every cell sends an energetic impulse, a very small one, but since we have lots of cells, you can imagine that makes a real big power. And with an EEG, you really can measure that. So when you know that our brain takes 20% of the energy of our resting body, you can imagine how much power our brain needs for thinking. And what our thoughts can do, this is quite simple. They can make us happy and healthy when we have positive and loving thoughts. And they can also make us sick and unhappy and take our energy. So optimism makes us healthy, and worry and fear make us sick. We know from medicine the effect of placebos. So these are little pills that have nothing in them. It's not a real remedy, it's just a fake. But when you get this little pill and they tell you this is a medicine that will heal your pain or your symptoms, and you believe in that, this little pill that contains nothing is able to do that. And you can even create these side effects that are written on these papers in the package. You can even create the side effects of a pill that has nothing in it. This is just the power of our thoughts. So, and this goes both ways. If we don't expect something to work, whether it's a pill or a method or a project or whatever, it cannot. It simply cannot work. It cannot be successful because our expectations create reality. So what is helpful to keep or make us happy? These are meditations, for example, or gratitude journaling, or positive self-talk. These are very easy methods everybody can do on his own. You don't need any lessons to learn that. It's really simple and it's helpful. It's effective, whether you believe in it or not. So, and then we have the power of prayer. we all know prayers are very powerful thoughts that are sent mostly to somebody who is sick, who is suffering. And well, it is said they cannot substitute an antibiotic or an surgery. But I have experienced that there was a man who had cancer, and he was sent home by the doctors because they said, "We're sorry, there is nothing more we can do for you. Go home, prepare to die, and arrange your things and say goodbye to the people you love." And his wife, she gathered a group of people and said, "Please pray for him. Pray for him every night and every morning." And even though he did not believe in that, he thought, that's not useful. Even though he did not believe in it, after a couple of months, he was completely healthy. He could even do sports. And the doctors could not explain what had happened. But interestingly, they did not question it. They did not ask, "Hey, what have you done?" Because this is, I guess, because there was a healing took place, and they had no part in it. So this happened without them, and this cannot be. Okay, let me see what I have here. Oh yes, plants. Plants react to our words and even to our thoughts. We can connect them with an EEG and see what the EEG does. For example, when we approach a plant with a scissor and have the intention to cut the leaves, the EEG will show a heavy reaction. And this even happens when we have no scissor, when we say nothing, when we simply think, "I will cut your leaves." Even then, the EEG shows this heavy reaction. So this proves that plants can read our thoughts. And you probably have heard about that experiment. 2 plants, same surroundings, same environment. One is told, "Oh, how beautiful you are. Oh, I love you. Oh, you are so nice." And the other is told, "You are ugly. I hate you. You are useless." And this is done day by day. Whenever somebody passes, the one gets hate, the other gets love. And after a very short time, the one with the love will grow and be green and happy and healthy, whereas the other plant suffers. So even with their growing, they react on our thoughts and words. And I remember when King Charles, before he was king, he was Prince Charles, and he was interested in organic farming. And I remember that people and the newspapers were laughing at him because he talked to the plants. And people thought, "This is ridiculous. He must be some crazy gaga, not really healthy in his brain." But he obviously knew that plants are living creatures and that they have senses, and they react to our thoughts and our words. Then we have the experiences of Masaru Emoto, the Japanese scientist who worked with water. So he took 2 glasses with water, labeled the one with love and the other with hate. Then he put them in the freezer and he watched the crystals that came out of that. And the crystals from the glass with love, they were wonderfully shaped. They were a piece of art. whereas the others from the hate glass, they were ugly and they had no symmetry, no beauty at all. And now think, our body contains about 70 or 80% of water. So what happens with the water within us when you know how water reacts on words or thoughts? It's not surprising that our body reacts on positive or negative thoughts. This is why it is so important to do a mental hygienic cleansing our inner space, our thoughts. We are very busy to take showers every day and brush our teeth twice a day and clean our clothing and the apartments and our cars. Everything is clean and fine. But here, we allow ourselves to think the most stupid and destroying and negative stuff. And oftentimes we even don't realize it. So when you know now that 80 or 90% of our thoughts are repetitions from the day before, and the day before we have repeated the thoughts of the day before and before and before. So most of our thoughts are repetitions. And imagine we repeat these thoughts again and again and again, so they manifest. When they are repeated often enough, they manifest. And this is why it is so important to watch our thoughts. Eckhart Tolle once said, thoughts can even torture us. And I totally agree to that, because I once was in a situation I was very desperate. And I found myself in this hamster wheel of negative thoughts, and I felt tortured by them because I could not stop it. I felt helpless to these thoughts until I decided, I chose a little prayer or a mantra, and I decided whenever I became aware of this hamster wheel of thoughts, I would say this little prayer instead. And this helped me to get out of this carousel of thoughts. That was very helpful. So, where the attention goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, reality grows. This is just another word for our thoughts manifest. Our thoughts manifest our lives. And to end, I have a nice little saying, and it says, your mind is a garden. What you plant will grow. I hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching, and keep in mind to watch your thoughts and maybe choose better ones, more loving ones, more healing ones, and see the results. I am grateful for the thumb, and I am grateful for a comment. Tell me what you think about that, and see you next time. Bye.